Evening, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Excuse me. Um, Pardon me while I eat a little bit of popcorn. There we go. Yeah. Oh, let me turn my volume down on my iPad. And oh, I didn't get myself all ready. There we go. I got my little thing there. Happy Christmas Eve. Technically, it is quarter after 1 in the morning here in good old Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I have turned into a crafting vampire. Um, I don't have to go to work until next year. That's my joke. I always say that joke. And I have plenty to keep me going. I have pixie sticks and I have uh, popcorn to keep me going, and I have lemon head roads. And oh my god, these things are so good! I can't stop eating them. Um, but I'm going to move all of that out of the way so that I can get to a couple of things that I wanted to show real quick. So Sunday, I believe was my last live. And by the way, if you are subscribed to my channel, you can join in the chat if you have any questions. You can ask me um, any questions that you may have on the paints that I have, the tools that I use, anything like that. Um, I I have over I have some paints that are over 35 years old, still working, and I myself have been an artist pretty much all my life. Just doing this for fun. Um, I started this channel um, after my dad had passed. He liked to watch videos on YouTube just to pass the time and to do um, just to see what other people do, how what people paint, what people do to fix things, whatever, all the stuff that you find on YouTube. And so I really should have started this channel when he was around, but I didn't. But I've been doing this for about a year. No, I think a little bit more, about a year and a half now, I think. Um, so I paint all kinds of things. I do calligraphy. I do um, object painting, I guess you can call it. I do ceramic painting. This is one thing that I did on Sunday. This is the finished um, view of the Christmas ornament. This ornament is um, from like the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know the name of the mold that it came from, but um, I've been working on a bunch of these, and my mom just gave me a handful more that I need to finish painting. And I've got some nice little designs here on this. Let me try to get a little closer so you can see the cute little guy's face. And so that one is all done. He needs, I will give him um, spray, um, a clear glaze on him when the weather is a little better. And oops, let me show you the second one. So this is the little other one that I had done on Sunday. Um, I'm okay with the pattern of the mittens, but it is what it is. There there were bumps and things over the mittens to make them look like they were, um, knitted, but I went through and just kinda made my own little stripey stripe pattern. The teeth marks and the diamonds, those were already, carved into it as part of the mold, and then the little backside is this little happy guy licking a candy cane, and, so what I am going to do now, for those of you who haven't joined the channel or just joined the channel, thank you so much. So I do these fun little, um, mandalas. They're just little 4-inch hearts. I turn them into magnets to on 'em. I've excuse me, did that one. Where are my other favorite ones? I've been playing with different colors, different styles. Grab a few more off my wall here. Here I've got this neat cool green one, called limeade. This one we call grape ape. If you know, you know. And I've also done some. Where are my fun ones? Here's a cool one. Here's a cool one. So I haven't done these in a month because I've been doing Christmas stuff. I thought, and thanks to my husband for mentioning that I should do one. I need to make a Christmas one. I didn't really want to. 'Cause I'm not really a Christmas person type. To yes, I've been doing ornaments. That's a different. Halloween is my jam. So I usually go through them most and do. Let me clean up my little desk here just to get some things put away. But we were looking at this one, and I have excuse me, hold on, let me take a drink. I have been under the weather all month. So, so I did this one, and I made it into a star. I had a 9-inch star that I made, that I was commissioned for, and I will post the video for that later on. But this kind of triggered, and the colors of the brown here kind of triggered an idea for me. Now, the backgrounds of these, which I will show here in a moment. Hmm. These lovely colored ones. This is called Unicorn Spit Gel Stain. Yes, that's the name of it. Unicorn Spit. It is a water-based gel stain that is very, very colorful. Depending on, um, it is can be used on wood. I've even used a little bit of plastic, but it is really, really good. It comes in quite a good, simple rainbow of colors. I should say that. Some of the one half of the rainbow is sparkling. They call it the sparkling gel, and that's what you can see. There is some sparkle here to the fuchsia and the green, but this red is not. What you're seeing is as flash is. I have found that in order to do the mandalas, I have to put give it a shot of clear glaze to keep the stain from absorbing into my, lighter, paint colors like my whites, things like that, so that's why that has a little bit of a shine to it. That's actually the spray. And how the heck did I get a dog hair up here? Oh, I don't know, I got a dog hair. But it comes in some nice, very nice, crayon, basic colors, all of that, and these ones, excuse me one moment here. I had the cough, I didn't wanna cough in your ear. These are, regular water-based dyes, and they could be, I've used this Varathane. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. There is this Varathane Golden Oak. I don't believe actually that I have any golden oaks left. I think this is the golden oak color, in the background of this. What might be that? I can't remember. But I also have used this is by, um, Delta Delta Ceramcoat. They also use a lot of their paints, other ceramic paints. Uh, that they're my preferred brand that I go to, but I do also use them. And I have Michael's Craftsmart. Um, but as you can see, this guy is well and abused. And if you notice the sticker, it's from Ames. And yeah, it's this one is a good 35, over 35 years old. Still works. It is still perfect. And oh my gosh, I only paid 29 cents for this thing, not $1.99. Really? Wow. Oh, times changed. So, but that's what I do for a lot of these. I will stain them, put them, um, here, I will grab them. This is the unicorn spit. Um, and I do have to mention this, if you use the ones that is just the solid colors, you have to water it down. You have to do like maybe 1 to 1 water, 1 to 2 water, depends on how light or how dark you want them to be. Otherwise, this is it's to be thick, like you're applying paint. What I've done in some other videos that I've posted is I've, taken this and put it into spray bottles and mixed one with water, and I will use that as my dye, for the wood books that have done. Um, but, um, the sparkling version, you really don't have to, water it down unless you really, really want to, if you wanna make it a lighter color. But for the most part, let's see. Actually, see if I have some of my these are my test rounds that I've used. Um, some very nice colors. There is a silver one. It's not really a gel stick as much as it is like paint. Um, the white, this was at, I believe this was at 1%. Or sorry, not 1%. At full strength. I um, didn't, didn't water it down. So like here with the greens, this one is the plain or the I wanna call it flat or non-sparkling green, that's what it looks like, but there's what the this was done, with, um, 1-to-1 with water. Actually, it might have been 1-to-2 with water, but done that way, but there's the regular green, and there's another, but I'm just using these to play around to find good. Yeah, it was when I didn't paint yet. Ah, okay. Alright, well, anyways, that's what I'm playing around with. And somebody sometime on this Christmas break that she has to clean up her art room because it's getting to be a mess. Alrighty. I'm gonna eat some popcorn. But as I'm saying, really enjoy the Christmassy ones until tonight. So I think there is also a black Varathane stain too that I use. I really like it. Um, I've done. Where the heck did those go? Oh, good heavens, I don't think I took them out of my bag. They're downstairs. Interesting. Okay. So, trying to decide which should I go with. I think I'm going to do the darker brown. I believe this was walnut, a walnut stain. And yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. I do have ideas for the green one too. I do want to do like a Christmassy one. But everybody kind of does their own style. They do the mandalas. It's very, very dark. So put him off to the side. Gonna move. Just let me. Oops, sorry. The bump. I need more popcorn. Pardon me chewing. I probably shouldn't eat popcorn and chewing your ear. Okey So as I said, I use acrylic paint, and I use a variety of different brands between um, Apple Barrel, Ceramcoat, Craftsmart. Um, I also use find one handy. I have DecoArt, Americana DecoArt, and also art. Use them also. So, me- oops. Yeah, that one goes there. Put this all back where I came from, or so help me, and quit. What I actually thought would be good is going to make a gingerbread. This one's going to be gingerbread. So I'm going to try to just keep it to white. Spray coat fire red, apple barrel peachy pink. They're very nice. Nice colors that go all together. And for the greens, I'm going to go with this Apple Tart Craftsmart and Jubilee Green from Ceramcoat. And then I may sneak in a little bit of my favorite silver that I saw a year on this thing, 1988. You do the math. Um, yeah, this guy's been around, and it's still like this whole. It is. When I use the last drop of this, I will definitely cry because this has been. This is a really nice, strong silver. What I like about certain ones is that especially when you're dealing with metallic paint, always after a metallic paint that will um, be applied in one coat that doesn't need 3 or 4 coats. This is usually really, really good and strong. Actually used it, and the ones that I don't have up here. I should need to make make a mental note to get those on my tote bag. Bring them up here so they're in front of me. Um, I did ones like this, but I did them in monochrome, all black, and then I did a reverse black where it, had a silver in the background and just, we called it Ghost. It was, I think the Void. I think we called it the Void. And, right now I'm make these, um, on commission. Um, I hope within 2026 to be able to make some and sell them, um, maybe a small craft show or 2 here in Pittsburgh, 2026. I can dream, which reminds me, I need to grab a good gold. Now, actually, I go with 2 golds. I gotta just test something here. Are you that? Hold on a sec. Are you metallic and gold? You are. Let's back get some. Now I do have like these. Look at this is also old. It's old, but it still works. It is still good. Um, dazzling DecoArt, dazzling, I like elegant. I think they even changed the bottle. Let me try to find the new one. That's not. No, that's folk art. DecoArt has this new one that's called Extreme. I don't. It is not the same as these metallic, elegant finish ones. Um, it is a little bit more transparent. I'm not that. I want something that's more opaque, and that's the one reason why I like that silver that I have is that it's very, very strong and silver. So I don't. Excuse me for a second. My earbuds will pop out. I don't. Oops. I need to keep that one guy up. I don't know. I just I'm very picky on my paints. So I want to make sure that I have paints. Yeah. And one thing I do like to do is so that I know all of the paints that I have. I want to make sure that if I buy something, I don't get a matching color or that I'm getting the same color. But I also want to see, as you can see on some of these, this. So these paint sticks, I paint a section of white, a section of black, and then paint the top so that I can see how transparent a single coat is going to be versus a double coat. So this one's still a little bit of gray. So what I've done with the ornaments that I did, I painted like it was gold and matched it with a gold hand. But what I wanted to see here is this Kim gold that I have. I wanted to see how strong it was and how good of a gold it is versus where is my there it is. As you can see, I have lots of different colors of gold. I have golds that are very transparent. I have golds, but if I angle these down, you'll see what I mean. I have golds that have more orange in them, or yellow, and some that even have green. This one in the middle is very, very green, whereas this one on the end is very, very red, almost brown. That one's also very green. This is the one that we're looking for, this King's Gold. This gold is my favorite gold, and they don't make it anymore. So, the one I wanted to see was, oh yeah, those are good, good matching gold. So, so again, if you subscribe to the channel and you have a question, pop it in the chat and answer. I'm really trying not to eat popcorn in your ear, but yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite gold, the Emperor's Gold. It's very rich, good yellow gold, and they don't make it anymore. And they've replaced it with a different gold. So, but I'm going to use the Delta Ceramcoat metallic gold. Actually, no, Kim gold is what I was going to use. Right? Good heavens, I'm second guessing myself what to do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see how good that Emperor's Gold is. It's a nice, good, deep yellow gold. Gorgeous gold. Yeah, that metallic gold is not, it's kind of greenish. And going down, very green. So yeah, definitely want to use Kim gold. Okay, off to the side you go. Do you need you? Okay, so may or may not use these, I don't know. I do also occasionally will use Liquitex. I have this is an iridescent medium. There's a pearlescent mica in with it. Um, is comes out in gloss. All of my paints are matte. All of them are matte, except if I should happen to mix this with it, it'll put a little gloss touch to them. So, but this, some of when you mix something like this in with, say, I mix it in with this green, sometimes there's too much white in something like this that will actually lighten up the color of the green. So I really don't like to use this as much. Um, I rely on the metallics to give me that iridescent look that I need, but I don't have, um, nearly all of and they don't make metallics in every color that I have, in varieties. Do your basics, the green, blue, light blue, and then light green. I have varieties of gold, but they're only because they're from different manufacturers and different brands. So that's what I have for that. So occasionally, I will mix my own little small piece of that so that I have pearl or iridescent metallic that I can use. So with that said, I think it's time. I think it is time I get started. Hold on a second. I got a brush. I got to clean here real quick. Watching other people's videos and I was painting. Okay, so looking at this, you're thinking, okay, how did you find the center of the heart? Easy. What I end up doing first is just basically finding how tall the heart is itself. And I knew these were 4 inches tall to begin with, but that's kind of basically how you end up finding out. So from there up is my 2-inch mark. You would think that yes, you'd go here from the dip of the heart to the bottom. No, that's not where the center is. The center ends up being that 2-inch mark right here, so that you have the full circle effect around it. So, but I am going to use that dip as my marker to get a center line. And this is a chalk pen that um, is very, very fine. And I'm going to just carefully mark a 2-inch line right there. Once I've done these enough, and chalk is nice because I can just take my fingers and erase them. On some of my items, I can take a paintbrush with just a little very wet piece of water and erase my lines. That one didn't have water. There you go. Okay, there's my center. Now, but what I'm also going to do, not that. Oh, come on now. Work with me. That. There it is. Okay. So the tools that I have, I'm gonna put this off to the side. Each one of these has, got these off of Amazon. No, I do have ones that I wish you could see. These ones here are oval shaped. Um, I found somebody on uh, Etsy that made me a quad designs. Very nice. They made me a very nice set of oval edges. Each one of them gradates to a large size. It comes in its own little. They 3D printed them. Comes with its own little holder and stand. It's really really nice. But I'm going to start this off because I'm going to. That's the big one. The biggest one. And if I'm correct, these are by millimeters wide. I'm not 100% sure. I usually start mine off with 25. And I just want to make sure. I even could go a little bigger. Oops. Try 26. Yeah, 26 is what I meant. Sorry. Okay. Now, with that hole that I made, I'm going to eyeball. In a second. I erased my line to show you something, and now I need it back. Back to my thing go. There it is. Oh, that's not right. And stuff. Okay. You don't have to do this part, but I do it because I want to make sure I have a good center. And so there we go. So the extra lines that I made, I can see through these itty bitty tiny holes that are on this template. This is actually a draftsman's template. And I'm drawing my circle there. So there we go. That's my center. I'm thinking Thinking, thinking. Mm, sorry, the popcorn smells too good. I can't resist it. All right, let's do this. I hate it when you give your dogs a bath and more hair than you intended. Supposed to get my bath to clean up. No, all over the place. All right, give me that number 26. Now again, I don't pour my paint into something and then use it. I use the lids of the paint. Um, this it I work with my paints fast enough that I don't have to worry about the paint inside of the thing drying up too fast. Um, it just makes it easier for cleanup. I don't have to do any of that. Um, and when you do the mandalas, you're not wasting paint. You're not pouring it into a container and then or into a tray or anything and wasting the paint. I don't like doing it. This is just my personal preference. Um, but what I do for this one is I'm going to dip that into you can see it's floating around in a nice big gob. And if I feel I got too much, I can just go here to the edge and just pull off just a tiny bit and get it back to a nice size. And then go for it. Ta-da. And I will do, since I have a lot still on this, I'm just gonna scrape it right back onto the thing. Keeps it clean. And you know what I didn't do? Shame on me, I didn't prep myself. Ah, with a paper towel. That's really all you have to do is clean them off with that. Wipe them off with a good paper towel. Okay. I'm gonna come back to the white here in a moment. Right now, move this guy up to the side. I'm going to do I'm gonna take this peachy pink. I'm gonna do a line of dots around the outside of it. Normally, also, what I do is see when you do a dot like this, I should manipulate it around to not get it um, to have a big gob of the paint um, on one side of the dot. You want it to be smooth. That's really about the only time I use the paintbrushes. The rest of them are the tools. Actually, hold on 1 second. I'm just taking a little bit of the water and cleaning off. Wrong one. This is a dry brush. I'm trying to get the dry brush to pull off any water that may be there because I don't want a puddle of water around the thing. And then for me to do the next row of dots uh, for the tool and the dot to hit that spot of water and then explode and follow the path of the water. I don't want that. Okay. Again, really, really shake. This is very nice peach. My first row is going to be number 4. It is basically a dip and stick. So you just get, you don't overpower, you put too much on it. You just want enough to be a little tiny bump. So I dip it, I stick it, give it some space, stick the next one, dip. Now I will say this, some paints, because of their transparency and how well they function with just one, uh, one dot, one application, I guess, you really need to, if you do anything like these, you want to make sure that you're using a paint that can, if you're doing it on a dark surface, that it's gonna show up good. Otherwise, I may have to come back and do like a second coating with the same dot. So that's why when I do these, close, but there we go. When I do them, I make sure that I'm, tested on this background and the surfaces and stuff. And all right, that is that row. Let's go back to white. Yes, I could have applied. We'll see some people use these where these are stencils where I could take that chalk pencil and draw over it and get the things that I want. But I've done these hearts pretty much all this year. I've kind of gotten a good rhythm of this where my dots go, where my line goes, where what I want them to look like. And I've been kind of sticking with that. So we're gonna look at something here. Yeah. All right. This is number 6. Again, I'm just basically gonna, where the gaps are here, that's where this one goes. At just a larger size. Ta-da! Oh, yeah, just no. Okay. Next is 8. You can see that pink is probably going to need a second coat once it dries. Oh, here's another fun thing. Some of these lighter paints, when you stick, sometimes you get a little air bubble, and then you have to take a paintbrush or a pen, a pin, and pop that hole because you don't want the hole to pop. What the heck? A little hard to see. Let me look. Sometimes as I get to the larger sizes, the pinholes are much easier to see. The heck? Oh, one sec. Again. Oh, that was actually a piece of wood. That wasn't a dog here. That was a piece of wood. I'll come back and fix that. But you want to make sure that those little dots, air dots, are taken care of because you don't want the to look. Once it dries, and if those air bubbles pop on their own, you may end up getting what look like little eyeball floaters or something in the things, and it just doesn't look good when you do that. All right, next color is this green apple tart. Do me that anyway. Just wait one second. If it was warm in my room, I would be looking for those air bubbles, like some in the summertime when it's really warm out. I have to really, really look for those air bubbles a lot quicker. I don't know if you can see I have air bubbles in my right there, and I'm trying to avoid picking up. But I end up sometimes having to just do a few at a time instead of just firing through them. bubble. And this is a dry brush. This is not a wet brush. So I'm letting the dry bristles pop those little microscopic bubbles for me. See if I can get it to pop those bubbles. Oops. Sometimes you don't see one until it's too late. Sometimes as they dry, they start showing up a little bit more. Or sometimes they just don't like the pop. Okay, that works. Yes, I did clean my brush real quick because I make sure that if I go into the row of white that I'm going to do around this, um, that I don't have the same green and pop of white bubbles. I'll get green on that. I don't want that. Okay, but that brush, and then I'm going to do, since those ones are white, I'm going to lightly touch those up. I'll touch up that spot. If you don't fix the bubbles, they kind of load on themselves, and then you end up having little pop marks, and it doesn't look good. Okay, that is 8. We are moving on to 10. Begin. And for these, I will do 3, check for bubbles. Another 3. I'm gonna do this one that's white form of right proper circle. So I'm just gonna take my brush and just encourage it to form one. Pop the bubble. Okay. And the tip. Now, 12 is usually my last row. So I am debating. Hmm, 12, which would be my next row that I would work on, or next circle. Hmm, I'm debating. I don't think I want to do actually. Yeah. Trying to pop the bubbles in it ahead of time. So since I got this pink out here, once I go do this around the outside, I will actually go back through, do the small ones just to give them um, a second coat because apparently they're going to need it. All right. Yeah, these are even going to need it. Give me my brush, my magnifier. Apologies if I pull this in a little closer. So what I'm doing is I'm just encouraging it to um, go more towards the outside. Otherwise, it would dry any like a big nipple. It's afterwards. I could say words like that. It would dry like a big nipple in the middle of the thing. It's because it's paint. It would. It's because it's paint. um, but I mean, we have to, and it doesn't matter how much paint you have on your thing. It's because of the transparency and the thickness of the paint itself, and just the physics of dotting and applying the dots with this type of tool. There are other types of tools that you can get and make, some of them have more of like a cushion tip or something to them. I've seen lots of other artists use different kinds, but this is what I've been working with, and I'm pretty comfortable with how it works and how it works with my paints. Oh, come on, really? I'm gonna need a gob of paint to fix this. I'm gonna clean the brush. Again, if you have any questions, if you're a subscriber, you can ask me in the chat. I've got it open for subscribers. Yeah, I may have to go over this section. There. Another option of pink. But I may not use the tip tool. I may just actually just go over it with using a paintbrush, because even though this looks like it's a really thick, opaque strong paint. It isn't. And sometimes I do the color ones with a lighter color in the inside. Uh, Deal with a different tint of the color. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this one. I think I might just leave these good. But also with these tools, the larger the sponge you get, the more often you may have to clean the thing. It's like, this is not going to dry. My bottle is not going to dry. This is not going to really dry. I can, excuse me, I can, put the lid on it, shake it up, and get fresh paint at the bottom. But this will dry and it gets caked up and it'll make the holes bigger as I go along if I don't clean them up. So you've got to work with, use your tools good and keep them clean. And I will do the last one right there. And moving paintbrushes on me. Yay. Oh, wait, clean that off. Let me do that other row before I say I'm totally done with this. Oh, darn, popcorn jumped him. Me eating popcorn is probably a lot better than sneezing and coughing like it was a couple weeks ago. Kept having to reach over and hit the mute button. And you can see that these are, um, sorry, I'm watching myself on the YouTube channel too. There you can see it's a lot stronger of a, when I do a second coat of the dots. I probably won't do a second coat for the green. It's pretty strong. Doesn't get very transparent. we go. Yeah, if I want the pink, mm, I'll zoom this up and you can see this a little stronger. Neat grab. So on these ones here that are dry, you can see the um, the background, whereas the center is pretty strong. It's the strong part of the pink. So yeah, I probably will have to go through these and make do a second coat by hand, probably by brush more than doing. I've already got the base of the circle there. I can just take a brush and just do a second good thick coat of it. Do it that way. Okie doke. All right. Me. Thinking of a different color. I wonder. Well, no, I'll stick with this. All right. Just like how we did that centered one. Going to do the same thing here with this. I don't want a lot of paint on the edge. It's just one a nice simple coating. And I just rock it on. Yeah. Since this is big enough, I can actually take my smaller mandala tool and pull it while it's wet to the edge. Darn, that popcorn it tastes so darn good. Oh, see, there's a bubble right there. I don't want the bubble. Okay. Yeah, that one's definitely getting painted. Alright. And definitely got to work with it quick while it's wet. All right, try this again. This time I'm trying not to get a bubble on it. Not I'm rocking it on, but like I start from here and then I rock it back and it'll tip side to side, just so I can get the paint into a oval shape. These are definitely um, a little more complicated to use compared to the single dots. I mean, I love them. I think they work good, but they've been a good learning curve for me to attempt. A sec. Too many loose paintbrushes. As these other ones dry up, I could go over them. Okay. You're looking at this one like, all right, well, this one would go off the edge. Yep. So let's not choke on popcorn. Don't need to do that. Okay. Okay. looking good. Like I said, I don't really necessarily have a working or pattern or anything. I'm just, I've done a few of these going off that as my pattern, but as far as like the colors, just go with the flow. Just got a lot. Tool almost jumped out of my hands. Well, would not have been good. Because that one is one, two. No, and don't touch anything that's wet. Okay. Here we lift up the edge. I'm sorry, I've been hungry for this popcorn all day. I'm gonna eat. That's what happens when you put all the paint out on the edge of the thing and not enough in the center. It all just squeezes out from underneath the tool, and okay. So actually, since that squeezed out too much on the side, I definitely need to wipe the tool down because the buildup on the outside, it squish it again. We just add another layer of buildup and another layer of buildup. And if I didn't clean up the tools, then this will get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not what you want. You want symmetry on these things. You don't want it to be off. And yes, I know mine aren't exact. It's just a little 4-inch heart. That's all it is. You'd usually do quite a bit of perfection and stuff that I work on. This is a sample. This is a test, really. I'm just playing around to see what colors I want to work with. 'Cause I don't know if on these colors here, if I should put like the red as the dot here and the green as the dot here, or if I should put the red here and the green here in the white instead, and maybe do a lighter color in the pinks. Mhm. Again, plan. Just trying to get the white to move. surprised the dog isn't in here. At least the 2 dogs. The one knows I have popcorn, but I think she is doesn't care that I slept all day today. It's my vacation. I can do what I want. What am I doing? Filming myself live on YouTube at 3 in the morning. Okay. Now, this last one, yes, I should clean my tool, but I'm not going to. I don't need a whole bit. I only need that much. Cool. Okay. I am good with all of the white. I don't see any bubbles in here. Cleaned up most of it. We're good. What I should do with one of these is measure my hole for the outer edge. All right. Give me that pink. I'm not happy with it. What the heck? Um, oh my gosh. How the heck did I do that? Again. These dogs. No more dog hairs. All right, I'm going to. We are going to. Me. There we go. There we go. All right, now since I do the second one, I'm getting a nipple. And so I'm just taking the other tool and just spreading it out instead of using a paintbrush. Just makes it easier. Also make sure I don't touch the white that I just painted. Do not need paint transfer anywhere. So the only problem with doing it this way. And again, this is my test piece. This is my test run of these colors and stuff. Um, I'm not hitting the mark. Um, like if I had too much or if I'm just a little bit off, just if I'd just done the paintbrush, would be better. Look right here. Off. This one was off a little bit right there. I need like a little mini Susan that I can spin this around easy. I have a big giant mini Susan. Like a maybe 10-inch, I think it is. It's for cake. It's a little bit too cumbersome for small things like this. So I'll just ignore it. Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. Those are stronger. They're not, oh, what the heck did I do here? What the hell did I do there? Oh, I think it blew it. So that's a little stronger in the colors. I kind of want to keep it the matte color. I don't think I should put any. I was thinking of putting silver. Is what I'm trying to match. So if I did a little line of silver as these dots around the big ovals. I don't think that would work. I think it would look good. That came from. Should I do red? Should I do green? Well, actually, here's what I'm thinking. All right. So I did pink, green, pink, or I should call by their names. Peachy pink, apple tart, peachy pink. This should be green. So that means red should go around the outside. Gives me yeah, going for that. And actually, hold on one sec. Popcorn. Well, the popcorn, you can have some. Here you go. Oh, that's not what I want. Stop it. Yes, that popcorn's making me hungry. Okay. These are circles that I cut out in my Cricut, if I can talk. And even step just a little bit. Move them out of the way. I feel like you right size. Actually, maybe it is. Yeah. No, that's bigger than that one. Yeah, that is bigger. Way bigger. We're gonna stick with this one. And I'm just eyeballing this up. Need to move it. I got to move it, move it. Again, not an exact science. And this is my test. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to um, that works. I had made those circles for a different project, and um, he ended up being used at this project because I didn't. What I should have done at the start is I should have taken a compass and spun the line around. And yes, if I really wanted to, like I said, I've got these templates that have the um trying not to set that on because I don't want the pink is still wet, but you can at least see like where the edge gets to be. But these are just more of a suggestion or a guidance in a way to help you. I've got another one here that's got this has um, more lines to it squeezed together. Here's that version, this version. Put them over, you can see like they're shorter. Do I even know? Oh, I should do this sometime. Ooh, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm totally doing that one on the next one. Totally, totally, totally. And this one's even different. This one, yeah. See, this is s- suggested to be split as eighths. And this one is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe 16 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. So, yep. I'm totally doing this one on the next one. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. How was that hiding there? Totally doing that one. That was gonna be the green one. I think the green one would look really good with that. With a do it in Christmas colors, green swirl. Didn't I do a blue heart? Or did I? A blue heart would be cool because it would be like a snowstorm. Mhm. Much stuff to play with. Much stuff to play with. Okay. So what did I say? Green was going there. Red's going on the outside. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Sketching. Sketching my line. Guess I am a little too close. That works. All right. Red. Ceramcoat. Fire red. They still make this. Yes, they do. This is still a color. Is that apple barrel? Peachy pink is still a color. Okay. Gingerbread green, I believe, is still a color. Yes, it is. And I'm pretty sure apple tart is. What I mean, still a color is that I, again, I have colors and paints that are old. I mean, like, that's the original. Well, not the original Ceramcoat label, um, but it is one of the colors that I've used. Pigskin, and it's still good color. This color is at least 30, 35 years old, and I still have it. But they don't make that color anymore. It sucks. I will say it over and over again. It sucks, and I wish they would come back with some of those colors. Right. Now, I need a piece of paper. Here's my piece of paper. You can see my dots, dots, spots. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm take this tool, which has a big end and a small end. Each one is a little different. I'm going to put. You start out with you dip, stick, and then you gradate down the side. So that is not enough paint. So this is going to actually get some encouragement. Yes, there was too much encouragement. All right, there. Now when I dip, I've got a good fills thing. All right, ready. Top, aim for the top. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Counting them out because that's important. Mm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I don't want to re-dip over the first one, so you basically do is you take that and dip number 1 over here. So then you start 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dip over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Now, the other end of the tip is usually like here, what would be like the fourth one down. And since that is probably the equivalent here, or I could, dip it here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna do this. Looks like that is a little small. All right, is not. It actually looks like it's here. So let me do it right. 1, 2. Yeah, but I'm gonna do that. So here, since this is smaller, popcorn. I was just an excuse to eat popcorn. Like I need it. Mm, excellent. So if you think of it this way, one would be there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, again, test mode. So I don't think you can see what I'm seeing with this thing. Basically, what I'm doing is this: dot, 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 dot. So as they go down, they get smaller and smaller and smaller. 3, 4, 5. Close. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally, I just do 6, but yeah, these are. I also use a different. So this is a larger oval. I normally do so. 6 would work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm gonna do that. I can 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I can sing, but right now my mouth's full of popcorn and I can't sing. So I'll spare you that. There should be one there. Over here. So there, so you can see these. And that's a nice thick red. I'm not gonna worry myself of doing a second coat. Popcorn. Right, definitely move that out of the way because I don't need transfer color. Mm. Sometimes my tabs don't want to come off. Get out my trusty lid tool. Now, if you're new to the channel, you'll see these numbers all over those popsicle sticks that I showed you earlier. That's what that is for. Um, because I have so many colors. Hold on a second. Let me have. There's some. Oh, sorry. What did I do? Hold on a second. There we go. So you'll see these numbers on top of them because I have so many colors. That's my coding system as far as where they fall on um, color chart as far as are they close to other colors and stuff. And I've had so many more I've had to do, 49 1, 49 2, 49 3. So that's what I do with all my colors. So this is not the color of the manufacturer. This is not the color of Jubilee green is actually 2421 according to Ceramcoat's chart, but for me it's number 51 or 53-1. Okay. I wonder if I should do. All right. Here's where I get different. Normally, sometimes I would put a 12 in there. I'm gonna do 11 instead. Just make it slightly smaller. Here we go. Look at these like little M&Ms. Oh, I should do that. Oh, yeah. That would be funny because it's supposed to I'm trying to make this look like a gingerbread. That would be funny if I did a little M in those things. And I could have done a bright blue. Made them look like gumdrop buttons or something. I could have kept the pinks and the greens, but I wanted Christmas ones. I swear I'm seeing a hair. I'm sick. Oh, yep, there is a hair right there. Sorry. Hey, at least it's on my paint, not the and then the transferred onto at least I'm just not showing you how to bake a cake. Or how to decorate one. I don't know why I'm now, if you notice, I haven't gone through and, adjusted these. This green is really nice and thick. It's on the white. It's not showing through. It's just floating up a good dot of it and the bottom, and it's this one I don't need a whole thing, but it's not, showing through. So, okay, I'm liking it. Actually, wait a sec. Uh-oh. What? These AirPods drive me nuts. Mm, making noise. Making noise for something, and I don't know what it's about. Don't I have no idea. Like, I didn't get a notice on anything. Okay. I almost put just a little bit of silver right here. Or a drop of gold. Maybe gold would be better. I have to think about it. Just not. All right, this is. And here, put the lid on. This is one good thing about if I film myself doing this. All the issues, all the dog hair, all the, all the stuff. You don't see that. You see the pristine edited video of this. You don't see all the mess that happens in the background. All right, I'm putting you right here. These are just put my finger right there. I need to hold on to it because I don't want to touch anything that is wet. Okay. Cool. Okay. Do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ugh. Her. Sugar, sugar. Oh no, more popcorn. If you haven't seen, this is from of all the paints I've had. This is how I plot my hues out, my tints. So I have 10 and 4. I'll just do 2 1. And if I do 48, I'll do that one because this is too light of a green. Yeah, needs a little. It needs a little something, something like more popcorn. Trying to meet with my left hand so I don't get stuff in the hand I'm using. But then again, of course, I'm touching these things. It didn't help. Okay, hydrangea pink. Put one back. Put the candle back. All right, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. For 12. That should the inside should be 10, but I'm actually gonna do 9. So 10, should I do 8? Let's well, actually, let's try 8. If 8 is too small, I can always dot over it once it dries. 9. I still think that's gonna be too big. Mm, it's close. I should have done 7. Let me see one quick. Yes, they still do make hydrangea pink. Mm, think about it. So yes, there is one that is a 1 and 2 tip. And I'm actually gonna take that one and try the middle dot. Oh, wow, that's little. Okay, let's up it up to a 2. See if I had a tiny little lazy Susan, I could spin this around. Getting too much residue on the tip. That one is very big. Mm, yeah, that. What did I say we're going to do with you? 48. Three. Lima green? No. This color. Hold on one sec. Let me look at something. For I. Okay. Okay, this color is no longer. There is another one that is called lima green. And where the heck did I put it? There. It is two different numbers. This is number 2072. This is number 2489. It is a different color green, so they are not the same. The lime green, this one is discontinued. It kind of sucks because it's a nice color. I like that color. The only color that kind of comes close to it, I don't think they make this one anymore either. No, they do. Okay. This is Gecko, but as you can see, it is also a darker green. So, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, this is a nice, almost grainy apple green. Almost, not quite. Okay, 4, 6, 8. So 8 do 5. The reason why I have so many paints is because they discontinue a color, and I still want that color. So I end up finding a different brand, finding something else that has something close to this. So for like this one, what's my number? 48. I have uh, I called it grainy apple green. Apple green. And this is also discontinued. The citrus green from DecoArt Crafter's Acrylic is very, very close to it, but not quite. It's still kind of very yellowish. Uh, um, oh, I think I ordered more. I hope I did. Pull the greens out just so you can see what I mean. Okay. Let me put some. This is the color that I'm using when I'm green. And as you can see, I have others close, but no cigar. There's the gecko color. It's a really, really fluorescent green. Here's the apple green that they canceled. Still not the same. So unless I can find a different brand with a matching color, or if Delta Ceramcoat comes back with these colors, which would be great. Um, that's my last one of it. Okay. Mm. Here, you might be able to see this. Okay. Trying to think of what to put there. All my greens on that one dried, so. Mm. 7. No, do 6. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering why I wasn't poking out air holes in this set. Because honestly, I don't see any, which is very weird. I know somebody's gonna show up somewhere. Try to do this. Shake it up. Oh, somebody's coming in. Hi, puppy. What you doing? Mm. Glad the lid was on that. I need something right here in these. She just plopped herself on the floor. I'm tired. Normally she crawls underneath my feet. I don't want to put pink there. And I don't want to put a different color, like blue or anything. I want to keep it these tones. Oh, you poor dog. And I don't want to put white there because white would just be weird. Because I got white here. I don't want to put white there. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. I've had this idea to use different colors on this. I didn't. So looks like this is going to be one version, and I'm going to do another version. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to play around with the colors because I want the. I'm stuck. It should be eights. Choo, choo. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking pastel. I thought of one thing, and then I thought of um, thought of one set of colors, and was thinking about it. And then when I was pulling out the paints, I totally forgot. Just went pastel colors. And that's why I messed up. I messed up. Take that pink. Five. Yep. Ooh, is that too big? Yeah, that's too big. 4. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if I should do you up there. I don't necessarily have to do this like around the edges, but I like the continuity of where the dot would go. That's not too bad. Uh-oh. 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 Who's dot? Run away, dot. Let me think about this. Yeah, let's do it. Yes, my layer tip. Pop the bubble. See that here. Good heavens. Okay, that calls it back in. That dials it back in a little bit. Well, I've got it. Let's do a dot here. Right. You made a noise again. I don't know what the hell that was about. Well, what I'm gonna have to do is we're gonna have to go over these little pink ones after they dry a little bit and do another spot on those. But other than that, I think it's pretty good for a first attempt at a gingerbread. ornament, or what am I calling it? Ornament. A gingerbread-like mandala with the different colors of icing. Like a different layers of gumdrop buttons and stuff. I think that'll be it. I am definitely going to try that other one, but I want to try another one of these with the original, what I originally had thought of doing with browns in it. So I know that'll look good to make it look like there was chocolate in it. I know chocolate and gingerbread or I mean, they can't have chocolate, but you think of gingerbread man, you think of, the gumdrop buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons. But lighter pastel colors, not really, like bubble gum and candy cane kind of things. The red and if I thought about it doing it differently, I probably should have switched these rows around. I should have done a row of green in the inside, do this the pink. This would have been a row of green, and then I could have had red, dark red here instead, so that they could have been like peppermints. Do the peppermint colors. Oh my gosh. And I still gotta eat a bowl of popcorn. Yay. So like I said before, let me take a thicker brush and erase that line. Really didn't listen to much in the way of Christmas music this year. Just until today. I was out driving around getting my popcorn. My gigantic bag of popcorn. And I listened to a few tunes. So let me call it up here so you can see it close. Not bad for a first attempt at color. It's Christmassy. So if you've been watching, thank you. Like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. I may do another one here later on this week, late at night. Not just having fun. Not doing anything for Christmas myself. So Oh, it's now 4 o'clock in the morning here. We're 4:17 technically. So, hope you've been good all year. All that. My lines are still there. I'm gonna have to, once this fully, I'm gonna redo these dots here with this pink. And then once this totally dries, then can take more water and erase those lines. But other than that, looks pretty decent. I'm gonna attempt to make another one with different colors, different what I was gonna do, and then switch it to this. But it's not bad. I'm glad I didn't put any gold or silver in it, because I would have really taken from it. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Have a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate. And if you don't, I hope you have the day off. All right. Thanks a bunch, guys.